Welcome. Let me briefly run you through our poster on measurement quality of questions on environmental attitudes and supernatural beliefs in the GESIS panel, a mixed-mode survey. As you can see in our introduction section, this research is based on the observation that, while web surveys are on the rise, a substantial part of populations under study remains offline. Thus, mixed-mode surveys are often the method of choice. However, differences in measurement quality have been observed across modes. In this project, we are thus aiming to find a method to ask attitudinal questions, which works best in a mixed-mode survey, including web and PAPI mode. In the next section on previous research and hypotheses, we point out how previous research has led us to 5 hypotheses. Most importantly, previous research on ideal scale length usually found that scales between 5 and 11 points resulted in the highest measurement quality. It also tended to show that fully labeled scales resulted in the highest quality. We could not find literature that indicated that these associations would differ systematically across modes. So we expect that scales with a length of between 5 and 11 points result in the highest quality, and that there are no differences concerning this across modes. We also expect that fully labeled scales result in higher measurement quality, and again that no systematic differences across modes will appear here. Furthermore, weighing the two features, we expect that the benefit of employing a longer scale will outweigh the benefit of employing a fully labeled scale. The following section describes the MTMM experiment employed. MTMM stands for multi-trait, multi-method. We ran 2 times the same experiment on 2 different sets of attitudinal questions, one concerning environmental attitudes and one concerning supernatural beliefs. So each experiment contains 3 questions or traits. The full question texts are displayed in the upper part of this section. Furthermore, each of these questions was asked employing 3 different response scales or methods, which you can see in the middle part of this section. The methods differ most importantly in terms of scale length and scale labeling. At the bottom, we display the experimental design. 3 experimental groups each received the same questions with 2 different scales at time 1 and time 2. The experiments were run on the GESIS panel, as you can see in the next section, Data, a mixed-mode panel offering respondents web and PAPI mode options. In the next section, Analysis, the figure at the bottom shows the MTMM model we estimated in literal, using maximum likelihood estimation. We then also used the software J-rule to test the local fit. From this, we obtained reliability and validity estimates, and could thus obtain the question's measurement quality. The next section, Results, gives you a brief overview of our findings. Fields highlighted in green indicate excellent or good measurement quality, the yellow ones acceptable quality, and the red ones questionable or poor quality. What we see here is discussed in the next section, Conclusion and Discussion. Namely, the ranking of methods is largely the same across modes, with method 3, the 11-point partially labeled scale, consistently performing best, followed by method 2, the 101-point scale. So there seem to be no systematic differences in how the different scales affect measurement quality across modes. Furthermore, the 101-point scale outperformed the 7-point scale. So between 5 and 11 points is not necessarily an ideal length for a scale. The fully labeled scale performed worst overall, so full labeling does not always seem to improve measurement quality. Rather, using a longer scale seems to boost quality more than full labeling. Looking at the overall picture, most tested questions in the GESIS panel show excellent or good quality, with some weaknesses appearing in PAPI mode. And we did find one method that performed best across modes, and that we would thus recommend using in such a mixed mode survey for attitudinal questions, namely the 11-point partially labeled scale. Important limitations are that the findings are question-specific, so further questions would need to be tested to enhance generalizability. Furthermore, MTMM experiments do not allow isolating the effect of single characteristics, like the number of scale points. Future research should therefore also test other combinations of scale characteristics in mixed-mode surveys. Now, I hope you enjoy looking at our poster in more depth, and I'm happy to receive your questions or comments.